What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me today. So my last video, right, I checked in with y'all and I told you that I was trying to get back to my roots, right? Like I'm going back and sort of revisiting Professor Sagru's YouTube channel, and I've been reading the Marcus Aurelius, the Meditations, and some Epictetus and stuff like this, and I'm trying to get my mind right. I told you guys that I feel like I've been having trouble with my perception of the world. I've been having some difficulties with my own personal interpretation of my life and of the world around me, and it's been taking a toll on me, right? Because I've turned into sort of like a pessimist, kind of, right? And I've been doing some thinking, like, sort of, where is this coming from? Like, why? What happened? You know what I mean? And so I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about what I've been figuring out, right? And it's not like I haven't figured it out, but I'm on the trail of something, so I'm hoping to leave behind some breadcrumbs for you as well, right? It's like, to borrow from the Christian faith, right? Christians, they have this understanding that we were all born sinners. We are all born sinners, and it's only by the free and unbought grace of God a person is saved. Okay, but we're all born sinners and undeserving, right? But God loves us, and we can't really understand the mind of God, you know what I'm saying? But we can know that God is working all things for our greater good. You know what I'm saying? God knows the desires we have in our hearts, even when we don't fully understand them. You might think you know what you want, and that might not really be what you want. You know what I mean? So many people feel like they know exactly what they want, and then they go out and get it and find that they're still unhappy. They're still unfulfilled and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So God knows all of this, and God is working everything towards a greater good, and we can't really hope to understand that with our human finite minds. Okay? I learned this from reading the book of Job. Job was God's faithful servant, right? But God still allows certain things to happen to Job. And while Job didn't blaspheme God, he didn't curse God, he didn't say, oh, fuck this shit's too hard, bro, like, fuck you, why are you doing this to me, type of shit like this. Job still kind of was like, especially with his friends, when his friends came to talk to him, he made sure that they knew he was not sinning. Like, he was like, nah, bro, like, I'm telling you, I haven't sinned. I haven't been doing anything to sort of warrant this treatment. I'm a little confused. I'm trying to figure out why, but I can't figure it out. And that sort of is the point. You can't figure it out. You can't understand it, because later on in that book of Job, when God speaks to Job out the whirlwind, he's telling him, look, you can't understand my mind. Your mind is not my mind. Where were you when I created the world? And tell me what you know. You know what I'm saying? He's basically telling Job, like, bro, shut your mouth, because you don't know anything. You really don't know what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? How dare you judge me? Because that's what Job was doing, right? Job was like, bro, I haven't done anything to deserve this. And so, in a way, he's kind of judging God. He's saying, God must be wrong, right? God must be wrong in doing all the things, or allowing all the things to happen to Job that happened. Job is saying, I did not sin. I have not sinned. I'm undeserving of this treatment. And that's his sin right there, believing that he's sinless, believing he's blameless, when we're all born sinners. You know what I'm saying? We all sin. Nobody's perfect, right? Nobody can be morally justified in the eyes of God. You know what I'm saying? That is to say that none of us right here can sit around and look at the world and look at our life circumstance and call God stupid and say that God is wrong for the way that things are. You You know what I'm saying? Because God is always working things towards the greater good. You know the saying, there's a silver lining to every gray cloud. But to some people, every silver lining has a gray cloud. They see the negatives more than the positives, and that's me, right? And that's where I kind of caught myself at, like looking around and being like, man, what the fuck? Like, this shit sucks, bro. Like, I've been trying so hard. I've been doing all this shit. I've been making this progress, but why does it still feel like I'm behind? Why does it still feel like I can't get anywhere? Why does it still feel like God might be punishing me unjustly for something? You know what I'm saying? And that holds me back. That makes me see the whole world in a different way. It's kind of like, you know, if you're trying to morally justify yourself in the eyes of God, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something you really want, bro. Like, you know, you just want that 6-figure salary and you feel like God should give that to you. And you've been trying and doing your best, you know, but it still doesn't happen. And then you start trying to morally justify yourself. Well, but I did this, and look at them. They're like this, and they still get the 6-figure. You know what I'm saying? You start saying that life is wrong. God's wrong in everything that he's doing. And that gives you this negative interpretation of life in general, right? So I'm sort of figuring out, that's where I was. I'm kind of like Job. Like, I thought I was sinless, bro. I felt perfect. And it's because I had a conversion event. Like, I had this salvation event where it's like I received that grace of God and my whole life changed. After that, I sort of felt blameless, sinless or whatever. I felt forgiven, really forgiven, but that's different than sinless. You could be forgiven for your sins and still, you know what I'm saying, it's still possible after salvation to go and engage in sin knowingly, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's just been kind of difficult for me, and I don't really know how to put it in words, but you know, we're all sinners and no one can be really justified in the eyes of God. There's nothing wrong with what's going on, bro. This motorcycle is literally driving between 2 semi-trucks. Like, what a brave soul, bro. Like, I know we're not really going that fast, we're stuck in traffic, but still, bro, don't do that, man. If you got a motorcycle, don't be riding in the middle of traffic, dog. Like, don't cut lanes like that. I've seen so many videos, bro, of people doing that, and someone switches lanes or whatever, bro, and they just get crushed, bro. If you got a motorcycle, don't do that, bro. Love yourself. Just be patient, bro. Plus, you don't want no ticket. The cops will pull you over so quick they see you doing that. But yeah, bro, that sort of is where I'm at. I'm seeing how I had this funky way of interpreting things, you know, and that sort of is like a spiritual ego, right? It's like, I'm doing everything right. I've been doing everything right, and staying away from all the wrong things, yet I'm still not making the sort of progress I would like to be making, you know? And it sort of is like a thing, you can't force it to happen. You can't force it to happen. You can't know when it's going to happen. You can't make it happen. It's only by the grace of God that it happens for you. You can't tell the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like how Jesus said he comes like a thief in the night. That means when you least expect it, when you're in your bed, you're sleeping, you're totally unconscious, that's when it's going to pop up and hit you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, so that's what I've been focusing on now. I'm focusing on this recognizing myself as a sinner, bro. When I look at and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm so disgusting, but at a certain level, like, fuck yeah, I am disgusting, bro. At a certain level, there are certain parts of me that are still like very much so like less than human, bro. Still got like animalistic tendencies, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still watch some porn here and there and masturbate, bro, and it's like the worst thing ever, bro. Masturbating after spiritual awakening is like, as soon as you achieve orgasm, bro, if you're lucky, as soon as you achieve orgasm, you're like, fuck, I'm so fucking disgusting, bro. What am I doing? Look at this animal in the mirror, bro, clutching his shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a little explicit or whatever. I'm just saying, though, you know what I mean? I'm a sinner, bro. Like, I can't let myself get caught up in thinking I'm so like high up on my high horse, better than so-and-so or whatever, bro. I'm a sinner just like everybody else. And so what that means is that like I deserve it, bro. all of these things like that I previously might have seen as like a curse, or like, why is this happening to me, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I deserve it. And that's where I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay humble, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not a glutton for punishment or nothing like that. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to give in fully. I'm trying to give it up. I'm trying to let go, because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to justify yourself in the eyes of God, because you can't, bro. You cannot justify yourself in the eyes of God. Nobody is justified. You know, God's perfect. You can't be on that level, and that shit might hit you odd. You'd be like, oh, I don't like that. Like, I don't like being told that I'll never be as good as this. But that's just the hard truth of it. You know what I'm saying? And if you recognize that, it's not saying that you're so bad, you're so shitty. It's kind of saying that, right? Like, we're all born sinners. It's kind of saying that, like you're like a worm or something like that. But on the other end of the spectrum, it's telling you that you're perfect as is. You don't actually have to do anything. It's by faith alone that a person is saved. So you can't do anything to make anything happen for yourself, right? It means that you're perfect right where you're at. It's all about progress, not perfection. It's all about progress. And so God is willing to sort of meet you where you're at. You don't have to go and worry about all this shit and do a bunch of extra shit and be trying to justify yourself in the eyes of God, because it's impossible. So as long as you keep doing that, you're going to drive yourself insane. So just let go of that shit. It's through faith alone. You cannot do anything. You can't justify yourself. You get what I'm saying? So just chill, bro. Let go and let God. You'll change. You know what I'm saying? Or you won't. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? But nobody is above it. We're all sinners. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Anyway, I'm just sort of rambling, bro. But this is just where I'm at. It's been helping me out to remember this, that we're all sinners. You know what I mean? Anyway, until next time, baby, I hope you continue to free your mind.